Kitang-kita mo na nga yung red flags, tumutuloy ka pa rin.
Aray, sir,
Ay.
natamaan. Parang,
Aray, sir.
hindi ko na po kaya. Hindi ko na kaya, sir. Bakit ganito? Stock markets po ang pinag-uusapan, pero nasasaktan ako.
So at sa investment, di ba kasi ako tapos, nag-react kasi kayo
Ay,
kaagad.
investment po pala.
Investment po pala.
Red flags na harapan mo na nakikita sa investment, pero tumutuloy mo pa rin. So,
Sa investments.
Investment po.
no? Kaya
Hello,
baka
sir.
ang gusto niyong ibang topic na rin ito, pero ako sinasabi ko sa investment, ha?
Opo.
Sige, sa
Welcome,
investment.
sir. Welcome po sa ating program for today.
Okay. Thank you.
Sana
thank
po
you.
ay maging maganda ang event po natin today. For sure naman po yon. So, Sir Adrian, handa na po ba kayo?
Yes, of course. I hope I'll be able to serve you guys well in terms of the knowledge that I can share with you regarding the stock market.
To
So,
be
sir,
honest, sir,
to begin
honest.
our event po, for the sake of those hindi nakakaalam, ano nga po ba ang stock market?
Okay. So para sa hindi nakakaalam, ang stock market kasi isa siyang financial market wherein pwede kang bumili at magbenta ng shares ng isang company. So ang mangyayari kasi dyan, hindi ka lang parang magbabuy and sell parang mga sapatos o kaya siomai, ganun. Pero what's going to be happening there is that you're going to be a part owner of a company. Let's say for example, bumili ka kay Jollibee or kay Tesla even kapag invest ka sa global stocks. You're also going to be a part owner. No, pwede kang pumunta sa isang store, tanungin mo yung guard, oh sir, basta yung business natin dyan kasi you are also a part owner of that business. So kung anong kikitain ng business, part of it will also come to you if makakakuha ka ng dividends, tapos kapag tumaas yung price range ng stock na yon, kikita ka rin. So basically, para sa mga hindi pa masyadong magets, ang stock market ay parang palengke. Okay? So nakadepende yan sa demand and supply, tapos of course sa prices na sineset ng mga vendors natin. We buy it at a low price, tapos kapag gusto natin kumita, short term, bebenta natin kaagad, babalik lang tayo dun sa palengke, which is the stock market.
Oh, gets. So yun po pala talaga yung meaning ng market behind that, sir, no? Like literal market po talaga siya. Kailangan fast yung talaga natin dyan. Magaling tayo agad, mag-discern agad niyan. Kasi sa pagkakaalam ko po ngayon, di ba po, ang bilis po minsan ng pag-akyat at pagbaba. So
Yes.
sa mga nag-aaksi dyan, di ba po, is another form of investments.
Yes.
Pero, di ba po, sir, ang bilis nga daw po bumaba nun eh. Pero
Yes,
sir, coach, isa po
yes.
sa mga uso ngayon, ang mag-invest nga po ng pera. And one way of doing that is by buying stocks nga po. Para po sa ating mga viewers, and para maengganyo sila, what do you mean po ba by buying stocks? Meron po ba yung parang meaning behind those terms?
Okay, so there's no parang alam mo yung one meaning in terms of buying stocks. Nakadepende kasi yan from person to person. Pero siguro, just to generalize everything, no? When you buy stocks, yun na nga, you're buying a part of the company. You're buying your participation in terms of running the company. So kapag bibili ka ng stocks, kunyari sa mga publicly listed companies natin, tulad nila Jollibee, yung mga conglomerates na talaga mismo. Pero meron kasi din tayong mga startup companies, no? Kunyari, yung tropa mo, kaya kausap ka, sabi, uy, pare, mag-start ako ng business pero hindi ko kaya mag-isa. Mag-invest ka rin. So you'll be investing your money para makakuha rin ng portion of that company, makakabili ka ng stocks ng company na yun. So, say for example, ang maging hatian is 40-60, you'll be buying 40% of the stocks, no? So basically kasi kapag stocks ang mas madaling kumbaga remembrance in terms of identifying what the stock really means is stock ng mismong company, kung ilan ang units left ng kabuuan ng company na yun. So investing in the performance of the company and of course in the performance of the stock market in itself kasi magkaiba yung dalawang yun.
Pero sir, with that being said, kung kayo naman po, where would you most likely to invest your money po?
Okay, so ako, no, depende yan eh, depende sa mood yan eh. No, ako personally, kapag alam ko sa schedule ko na hindi ko kayang bantayan ang stock market, no, kasi for those who do not know, ang stock market meron din yung operating hours. So it's
Yes.
open from 9 a.m. up until 11:30 a.m. no. Dati kasi umabot siya hanggang 3 p.m. pero because of the pandemic hanggang 11:30 na lang siya. So ako personally, if I know that I'm busy, I'll be investing in big companies na alam ko talagang hindi babagsak anytime soon, or kapag babagsak siguro konti lang. Pero kapag alam ko naman na I have all the time in the world or all the time in the week mostly, no, I'll buy stocks na alam kong pwedeng magkaroon ng malakas na volatility para magkaroon ako ng quick gains, mga ganun.
So it's a game po talaga in patience po, no? Talagang testingin niya yung patience mo kung magaling ka ba maghintay or kaya mo bang maghintay ng ganito katagal or magsesell ka agad. Patience lang po talaga siya, no, sir? So, in terms of money, sa tingin niyo po ba, coach, how much money does one should have before investing in a stock market? May limit po ba yun? Kailangan po ba is may certain number or amount of money na i-invest sa startup?
Thank you so much for that. No, actually, I made a video about that on YouTube. You guys can check it out later. Pero in terms of how much you should have before you enter the stock market, actually magkakaiba yan eh. Depende sa trading platform mo, mayroon silang sinasabi. Yung iba is they require 10,000, they require 500, they require 1,000 pesos, no? Pero ako personally, what I suggest to my friends or those who ask for my opinion, you invest or you should have at least 10,000 pesos pag mag-invest ka sa stock market, no? Bakit? It's because of the board luck and of course para ma-diversify mo yung investment mo. Kasi kahit sabihin natin 200 pesos lang si Jollibee, wag mo naman i-invest lahat yun kay Jollibee. I-diversify mo siya para hindi kapag bumagsak bigla si Jollibee, iiyak ka na nun, no? So you have to diversify your investments as well.
Oo, sir. Kasi naalala ko noon, around 2019 ata, from 300, naging 118 yung per stocks ng sa Jollibee. Natakot yung mga tao noon. Pero may mga iba na binili nila yung 118. Tapos hinintay nilang tumaas ulit. No, sir? Ganun po pala yun.
Yes, I'm actually one of those people.
Yung natakot ba, sir? Or yung bumili?
Yung bumili. Kasi of
ayun.
course, it's an opportunity. Uy, mura siya. Naka-sale siya. Bili ako.
So sir, paano naman po pagka wala kayong ganun kalaking pera na pwede nyong i-invest? Meron po bang other ways para mag-invest sa stock market?
Right. Thank you so much for that. No, kapag mag-invest ka kasi, there are actually two types of investing, no? Direct investing or ikaw mismo bibili ng mga prices na yan, mga stocks na yan, or indirect investing, no? Kapag direct investing naman, direct trading rather, tapos konti pa lang yung pera mo, you can invest in one company at a time or you can invest in one company at a time or trade one company at a time. Pinagkaiba nun is investing is long term, trading is short term, no? Pero kapag kunyari maliit lang talaga yung budget mo tapos gusto mo lang talaga maka-enter sa stock market, you can also go for the option na ibang tao mag-hold ng ibang tao ang mag-manage ng pera mo. So we have indirect investments such as mutual funds, UITF and VUL, no? So just to go around this, mutual funds, ito ay mag-invest ka sa actually mutual funds at saka UITF same lang naman sila ng concept wherein you pull in your money along with other people tapos sila magpapalaki nun. So these are actually moderated by commercial banks and private companies. No? So the other one, which is actually my favorite, would be VUL. VUL stands for Variable Unit Link or Variable Unit Life. Kasi budget meal na ito wherein habang lumalaki yung pera mo, protektado ka na rin through insurance. No? So yeah, basically yon, you can invest directly or indirectly depende na rin sa budget.
Ayun. Pero sir, di ba pag mag-i-invest ka, usually din kasi nasa iyo yan kung you're going to take the risk, 'di ba po? Yung kung short investment ka or long investment ka, if you're going to take the risk na maghintay ng ganun. Pero sir, have you ever taken on a personal note, sir, nag-invest ka na ba, sir, na confident ka sa investment mo na to, pero napaka-unti lang pala ng gain na nakuha mo or almost none pa nga eh. Nakaranas na po ba kayo ng ganon, sir?
Ay, hindi ko na mabibilang. Hindi ko na mabibilang yan, no? Kasi investing in the stock market is really risky. You can't really predict what's gonna happen in the stock market. No? Kapag may taong makapredict sa stock market ngayon, mas mayaman na siya kay Elon Musk. No? Kasi kaya niya
Tama ka dyan, sir.
kaya niyang i-manipulate ang market pagka ganun. So, one experience of mine would be investing in Panon. Investing in nung company nga ulit nun, Mega World Corporations. No? So, not to antagonize the company itself. It's a great company, no? But the price, the stock market fluctuation back then nung nag-invest ako, that was around June, no? June 2020 pa. No, so nung nag-invest kasi ako, sabi ko, ganda nitong company to, ang dami nilang mga webinars regarding real estate, mga ganun. So I bought it, no. So nung binili ko siya, sabi ko mag-swing trade ako dito. So I'll look at it siguro after a few weeks, ganun. Pagtingin ko after a few weeks, ang kinita ng stock market ko is just enough para mabayaran yung tax at saka yung regulation fees, yung broker's fee. So,
oh my God, sir. Grabe. So, parang almost talagang walang-wala na. Kasi nabayad mo na yung nakita mo pala, no?
Yeah.
Napaka-risk taker pala ni sir. Pero sir, ano pong lesson ang natutunan niyo sa nangyari na yun po?
Yeah. So ako, yung lesson na natutunan ko regarding that experience to make more, do more research rather, no? Do more research kasi hindi lang talaga yan about emotions. Feeling ko magandang kakalabasan nitong stock na to kasi marami silang ginagawa, no? You also take into consideration fundamental analysis and technical analysis. Kung ano ba yung current financial statements kayo mga accounting kayo magagaling dito. Kung ano yung current na financial statements ng company na yon, are they doing good? Are they doing well, no, in terms of their ROI, ROE, net assets, net income, mga ganun, no? And of course, technical analysis, what's been happening with their price, with their stock price for the past few days, few weeks, or if you want to look at it long term, few years.
Grabe, sir. Talagang sa ka talaga, kailangan masinsinan mo talagang alamin yon bago ka talaga pumasok. So may idea na yung mga viewers natin sa kung ano yung nangyayari pag bumili ka ng stocks. Pero coach, saan po ba sila makakabili ng stocks? Hindi naman po parang basta-basta na lang may mag-o-offer bigla sa kanila, sir, di ba? What if walang nag-offer sa kanila? Paano po yung magagawa po nila para po makabili rin sila ng stocks?
Alright. Thank you so much for that. No, traditionally, no, whether you believe it or not, actually nangyayari talaga to dati. I remember it happening with a family member of mine. Kasama ko siya noon. We went to Jollibee at ako, ang ina-expect ko, shucks, gusto ko ng Chicken Joy. Ang sinabi niya, bibili ako ng stock ng Jollibee. So pwede siya maging over the counter dati. That's possible. No, traditionally, pwede siyang over the counter because they have actually a stall delegated for stock buying. Currently, syempre, since pandemic, and of course, we're maximizing digital assets, we're maximizing technical assets, no? We can buy it online, no? So kapag direct trading ka, gusto mong ikaw mismo bibili ng stock market, no? You can maximize platforms like COL Financial, if you know that, no? One of the biggest platforms in terms of trading in the stock market. Investagrams. I personally like Investagrams kasi kompleto yung yung tools nila.
Yes.
First Metro Securities, maganda rin siya. PhilStocks and a lot more trading platforms. No, I can't really list them all out. Pero ako siguro ma-recommend sa inyo personally would be Investagrams and COL Financial.
Yes.
So, sir, dahil nandun na tayo, ang dami nyo na pong na-enumerate na pwede nating bilhan ng stocks. Matanong ko naman po, meron po bang perfect time para bumili ng stocks?
Okay. In terms of investing in the stock market or buying a stock market, para lang pag-ibig yan, there is no perfect time. Okay? Okay, may natamaan na naman.
Wala po bang perfect time sa pag-ibig?
Wala. No perfect time. Walang perfect time yan. I don't believe that there is a perfect time. Kasi if you want something or someone, no, of course you go through you go through it na so long as you like it or Okay, balik tayo sa stock market. Okay, so when is the perfect time to invest in the stock market? Wala pong ganon, no? The best time is now, no? Ngayon. Kasi like what Warren Buffett said, the best time to invest in the stock market would be 10 years ago. Okay, meron na bang time traveler sa atin dito? Pakisabi
Of course,
naman,
sir.
makikisabay po ako, mag-invest ako 10 years ago, no? So, wala naman time travel sa atin ngayon. So, the next best thing will be to invest right now kasi hindi natin alam kung ano mangyari kinabukasan. Pero in terms of investing in the stock market, so long as the company na pag-i-investan mo is really good and you know na it's going to be around for 10, 20, 30 years or even more, then invest right now in that company. No, so but looking at the charts right now, back when the market was struck by the pandemic, no March 2021, March 2020, no, we actually traveled through time in the market. No, so bumalik tayo from 2020 bumalik tayo to the current state, to the market state of the stock market noong 2009 when the PSEI was priced at around the 4,100 pesos na level. So we actually never know kung bukas ba aabot na tayo sa 9,000 level or 8,000 level. Pero the next best thing in terms of investing is right now. Kasi long term naman ang pwede mong i-maximize dyan kapag hindi ka kumita kagad.
Mm. Grabe sir, na ano talaga yung sa time na yun eh. Yung time talaga yung kailangan natin pakaingatan. Pero yung sinabi mo sir talaga, yung kunento mo yung Jollibee experience mo sir, ini-imagine ko kung paano kayo pumasok sa Jollibee. Imagine nyo, pupunta ka sa counter. Jolly morning, ano yung order ninyo? Isang Chicken Joy. Ikaw, ano yung gusto mo? Gusto ko yung stocks ninyo.
Yeah, that's actually possible noon. And,
Sir?
I can't believe it as well noon nung unang nakita ko. Pero it's possible. It was possible.
So sir, parang iniisip mo yun, yung katabi mo, bumibili siya, parang Jolly Hotdog. Pero ikaw, bumibili ka ng stocks sa counter. Pero sir, parang naisip ko, doon sa ano na yun, parang way back pa siya, no sir? Way back. Yung time na pwede ka pa talagang mag-buy ng stocks ng Jollibee over the counter. Pero sir, kayo, in your personal experience, chismis lang sir ano po yung first ever stocks na binili ninyo?
My first ever stocks na binili ko. Grabe naman sa pagkasabi mo kanina, Lorena, way back no? Akala mo naman ang tanda.
Okay, sir.
Pwede
Back na lang.
Edad na naman tayo lahat dito. No, ako, personally, what I first invested in would be, of course, no, si Jollibee. No, why did I invest in Jollibee? First, when I turned 18 years old, no, I already entered the stock market, tapos nag-invest ako kay Jollibee. Bakit ako nag-invest kay Jollibee? Because it's a good company. And I personally believe na kahit may apo na ako, may Jollibee pa rin. So it's a good long-term investment. And in terms of scalping, siguro day trading, it's good din. In terms, depende kapag nagkakaroon ng mga issues yan. Kunyari yung ang tawag doon, yung panyo, yung trinito yung panyo.
Yes, sir.
Nakalimutan ko yung mismong term na yun. No? Pero actually, what happened there, tumaas pa rin yung price market niya. So we can never know. So just to answer the question, the first stock that I bought was Jollibee.
Mm-mm.
So, para naman sa ating mga viewers, alam ko napaisip ang mga viewers natin, partner and Sir Kyle, ngayon daw ang best time to invest. Ano kaya? Anong pumasok sa isip nyo? Sa tingin nyo ba, mag-i-invest na din kayo? Comment niyo yan, guys, ha?
Para kung ako yung tatanungin mo dyan, partner, mag-i-invest na ako agad. Kasi tapos yung sabi pa ni sir na first investment niya, Jollibee. 'Di ba? Kasi yung Jollibee talaga, it's a household name talaga, household brand. Halos kaakibat na niya yung Filipino culture eh. Kahit pumunta ka sa ibang bansa, pag Filipino, hanapin yan ang Jollibee talaga. So parang it's a good investment na rin talaga. So kung may kaya-kaya tayo ngayon guys, why not? Let's start investing na. Yun. So sir, wait lang. Medyo nalihis ako eh. Masyado kasi ako natuwa talaga dun sa mga stories ni sir. So my question for you, coach. What happens po ba if the company goes bankrupt? Ano mangyayari sa stocks na in-invest natin doon sa kanila?
Okay. So what happens if the company goes bankrupt? No? So the company shareholders, kapag kunyari tayo lahat dito, nag-invest tayo kay company A. Tapos si company A, nag-file siya for bankruptcy. Yung hawak natin na stocks, it would be practically worthless na. No, so kahit sabihin natin na we have 100,000 pesos worth of shares kay company A. Pag nag-file siya ng bankruptcy, it would be practically worthless already. But the silver lining there would be we still have a parang meron tayong we are entitled to a portion of the company's assets, no. However, kapag common stock lang yung hawak natin, we are the least priority. No? So which is why when you invest, please make sure that na you do your research. Is this company doing well? Is this company going to be here for a long time? No. Though of course, we can't really know baka si Jollibee mag-bankrupt, no? Pero we can't really know. That's why we really have to diversify our investments as well.
Okay, sir. So, syempre, kung may na-observe ka na signs ng bankruptcy kay company at syempre, the only thing you wanted to do is to sell your stocks immediately. Ang tanong naman po namin dyan, sir, how fast can you sell your stocks naman po?
How fast can you sell your stocks? Actually, there are different types of traders kasi. So, depende kasi kung anong klaseng trader ka, nakadepende rin yun kung gaano kabilis ka magbenta ng stocks. So, we have day traders, position traders, swing traders, and more. But the fastest traders are called the scalpers, no? Bakit sila tinatawag na scalpers? They're just scalping everything that they can get or every profit they can get. No? So these traders usually profit off market fluctuations in a matter of seconds or minutes. No, pwedeng kunyari, it's already 11:30, 10:30 a.m. No, bumili siya kay company A. Tapos si company A nagtaas siya ng 0.10, no, ng 10 centavos lang. Bebenta nila kaagad yon. So those are the scalpers. So you can buy and sell stocks as soon as 1 second. No, so kung ganun ka kabilis, ganun kaganda yung internet mo, ganun kaganda yung computer mo, you can buy and sell as fast as 1 second.
Ayun. Thank you so much dun, sir, talaga. So, it's either mabilis kang kumilos, di ba? Depende talaga yun sa pinipili mo. Parang tao, depende sa pinipili mo kung mabilis or parang ayoko na partner pupunta tayo sa love eh. Pero sir, ayun nga. Can you give us an advice po ba? Or para sa inyo, what would you prefer, coach? Annual investments or monthly investing?
Okay, so kapag let's say for example, ang scenario here would be that you're comparing kung mag-i-invest ka ba 30,000 every year or 2,500 every month, no? Personally, no, I'm not trying to impose my my opinion, pero personally, I would like to invest monthly. Bakit monthly? Because we can take advantage of the market fluctuations even more or even better. Kasi kapag annually, let's say for example, here in 2021, no, yung market ngayon ni PSCI is nasa 7,380. No, tapos bigla siyang bumagsak. Tapos next year, bigla siyang bumagsak. Tapos next year, kapag mag-invest na ulit ako, nasa 6,000 na lang siya. So ibig sabihin, may losses na ako doon. However, kapag mag-invest ako monthly, let's say for example, nag-invest ako right now ng 2,500, next month, bigla siyang bumagsak, hindi ibig sabihin I can buy stocks at a cheaper price. So mag-a-average yung yung prices ko para para mas tataas din yung magiging profit ko. So instead of just actually going for a loss kapag annual investment, you can go for it like break even at most or break even at least pala. Pero pwede mo rin siyang i-maximize yung gain mo. Let's say for example, right now nag-invest ka 2,500 pero for the next 11 months bumagsak siya. Tapos cheaper price and then for the last month, bigla na naman siya tumaas. So, ibig sabihin, mas may profit ka pa.
Okay, sir. So, parang yung sa profit talaga, no, it's either break even or mas malaki. Kasi we can't settle for less talaga. In anything, we can't settle for less. Lalo na sa investments natin. Pero sir, may mga nagsasabi na nag-i-invest. Kapag first time mo mag-invest, kahit 1.2 or 1.5% lang yung inangat ng mo, kukunin mo na yun. Why is that, sir? Bakit 1.2 or 1.5? Bakit why not higher?
Okay, so going back dun sa natin, sa type of traders natin, those are actually what we call the scalpers. Kasi scalpers would usually go for at least 10% or 15% of profit per day. So kapag yung trade na yon nagawa nila in 5 minutes tapos 1.2%, 1.5%, tapos they can make a dozen or 2 dozen of trades like that, pwede sila umabot ng 30% of profit in one day. So nakadepende siya sa kung anong klaseng trader ka. If you wanna go for it long term or gusto mo talagang tutok ka sa stock market, then pwede ka na maging masaya sa 1.5%. Actually, to tell you the truth, kapag nakakuha ka ng 1.5% in the matter of seconds, ang laki na nun. Yeah, ang laki na nung game na yon. Sell it, tapos buy it, tapos sell it, buy it, sell it, buy it. So kapag ganung klaseng trader ka, do your research for at least 10 or 15 companies that you want to enter, you want to scalp, no? Para dire-diretso ka in terms of doing the profits.
So in terms of seconds po talaga yun, no? Kasi sir, kung titignan po talaga natin, medyo far-fetched po kasi talaga yung in a seconds, 1.2 agad. Talagang pipiliin mo talaga kung aling companies yung magwa 1.2 or magwa 1.5 yung pag-angat nila in terms of seconds. Pero sir, coach, pagdating naman po sa primary investments, sa tingin niyo po ba, much better po mag-invest sa IPO or sa second hand?
Primary investments, no, ako siguro, statistics wise, it's better to invest sa second hand o yung mga publicly listed already, o yung mga nababuy and sell na. Pero ako personally, I would like to invest in IPOs. Bakit gusto mag-invest IPOs? Kasi diyan ang malaki pera. No, diyan ang malaking pera in terms of initial profit, no? Para sa mga may alam kung ano nangyari kay Merrimart or kay Altos Property Ventures Incorporated, kay APVI, no? So malaki na naging profit nun. No? So personally, I would like to invest in IPOs, pero statistics wise, results wise, mas maganda rin mag-invest sa second hand. Nakadepende lang din kung anong klaseng investor ka.
So, sir, kasi parang naalala ko noon on my college years yung professor namin pinaano sa amin yung Instagram. Sa tingin niyo sir, on Instagram po, di ba? Much better po ba yung pennies? Yon yung or yung mga tinatawag nga po ba na blue chips po ba yon?
Sa Instagrams, no? Yeah, we have what we call the penny stocks, no? So ang penny stocks kasi yan yung mga tinatawag natin na basura stocks. Not literally, no, not literally na basura sila, pero kasi yun yung parang hindi mo mapapansin yung price per share niya, na malaki pala kapag malaking pera yung binasok mo sa kanya. So if you are the type of trader na scalper ka, gusto mo ng quick profits tulad ng 1.5%, mga ganon, then you invest in penny stocks or basura stocks. Pero if you want to go for it long term, then I would suggest you invest in blue chip companies. Kasi blue chip companies, they are no longer interested in just increasing their profits or increasing their stock prices ng mabilisan. Pero they are actually focused on longevity. No, kung gaano katagal sila maglalast at saka kung paano nila matalo yung mga competition.
Ayun, thank you on that sir talaga. Kasi kung titignan po talaga minsan depende rin kasi siya sa kung you're willing to take the risk na mag-invest talaga sa sa blue chips or mag-invest ka sa penny kung you're more on risk averse, leaning towards risk averse, talagang pennies ka lang talaga muna kasi kinakabahan ka. Baka mamaya mag-invest ka sa malaking stock yan, biglang bumaba talaga na ganun, no sir? Talaga, tinetest niya talaga kung gaano kabilis yung puso mo. Minsan, mas bibilis ka talaga puso dito imbis na sa roller coaster ride or sa kung paano heartbreak pa pinigay sa'yo ng ex mo.
Yes, actually yung iba kong mga kaibigan that are trading in the stock market, they call the stock market the heart monitor of your finances. Pag tumaas, ibig sabihin you're excited, pag nag-flatline ay patay ka na.
At line ka na rin, sir. Yun pala yun. Pag nag-flatline yung market, ikaw rin, yung heart rate mo rin, flatline na.
Yes.
That's very, sir, a witty answer. I really like that. Parang nakakainganyo mag-stocks agad. Yun, may tanong yung aking partner, sir.
So, sir, meron po bang best platform para sa stock market or meron po bang platform ng trading ang pinakang prefer nyo po?
Okay. In terms of objectively speaking na best, no, wala rin ganun, no, kasi nakadepende kasi yan kung anong klaseng platform yung ginagamit mo. There are different features and there are different cons, no? Kay Call Financial, ang daming may gusto sa kanya kasi madali lang siya mag-open, pero ang daming may ayaw sa kanya kasi ang bagal ng servers nila. Yung iba may gusto kay Investagram kasi complete yung tools nila. Yung iba nahihirapan kasi parang ang complicated tingnan. No? So again, kapag may taga-Call Financial Investagrams po dito, hindi ko po kayo ina-antagonize. Hindi rin po ito sponsored, no? Sinasabi ko lang sa experience ko. No? So, pero ako personally, I would go for Investagram. No? Pero kasi ang naging experience ko is that I trade using Call Financial, pero ang ginagamit kong tools ay Investagram. No? So you can also do that. No? You can use the tools in another platform, pero you trade in another platform. It's just how you maximize your resources.
Sa bagay, sir, kasi pagdating sa Investagram, marami siyang mediums and marami siyang skills na pwede mong maggamit. So, mas madali mong itatrack kung ano yung kailangan mo, diba? Kung ano yung mga need mong itrack sa Investagram. Pero mas mabilis si Call Financials talaga pagdating sa buying and selling. Yes. Sir, medyo napapansin niyo po ba yung eToro? Kasi kung ako, sir, pag nag-open ako ng YouTube, biglang lumalabas yung ad ng eToro eh. Compared po doon sa Call Financials and sa Investagram, how is eToro personally?
Okay. Personally, I don't have any experience yet with eToro, no? Kasi in terms of trading, ako ay sa Philippine stock market muna. Gusto ko lang muna mag-focus on what I already know. Pero sa eToro, kasi I tried signing up, actually yung parents ko gusto nilang mag-eToro din. So, try kong i-sign up. Pero kailangan, at ang dami mga kailangan eh. They really need to validate your existence, your identity, no? Na hindi ka isang robot na because of course you'll be investing, you'll already be investing in global stocks na eh. No? Tsaka of course, meron din kasi doon yung tool or yung parang feature na you can copy the trades of another person. No? So kapag ikaw gusto mong minamanage mo yung stocks mo pero hindi mo kayang i-manage to the T, you can also use the feature nila na copy trade. You're just part of your profit will just go to the trader that you're going to be copying. Pero of course, at least doon, kampante ka na. Kasi sarili mong decision yun eh. Kapag yung trader na yun, pumalya, hindi mo siya pwedeng sisihin. Ikaw yung sisihin mo yung sarili mo kasi tiwala ka sa kanya, hindi ka pa naman sigurado.
Yes, tama ka dyan, sir. Medyo mahirap talaga magtiwala. Kahit saan talaga, napakahirap magtiwala. Kaya ayoko nang magtiwala. Hindi, joke lang, sir. Pero di ba po, sir, pagdating sa investing, meron tayong local or yung ating sa Philippines lang, meron din tayong international investings.
Yes.
Sa pagkakatanda ko po, correct me na lang po, sir, if I'm wrong, is meron pong kailangan 500,000 bago mag-invest sa international stocks.
100,000 is actually, this is the first that I've heard of it, no? I will need to validate that. Ang alam ko kasi not necessarily. Not necessarily kasi I know of companies that are already offering international investments at a lower price, no? For example, with FWD, nag-offer sila ng VUL na pwede ka mag-invest in global ESG funds like Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Google, no? For 100,000 pesos or kung gusto monthly to 2,500 pesos per month, gano'n, no? So in terms of your question na 500,000 ang kailangan, this is the first I've heard of it.
Oh. So sir, pero in terms of time talaga, mas mabilis po ba umangat baba yung international stock market kaysa sa PSE?
Okay. In terms of what I've seen so far, no, pagdating sa global stocks, comparing with the Philippine stocks, halos parehas lang naman sila eh. Kasi of course, wala naman halos pinagkaiba in terms of the stock markets here at saka stock market there. Ang main lang na pinagkaiba would be who are investing in the stocks, no? Kasi here in the Philippines, 1%, actually hindi. Tumaas naman ng konti. 3% maximum. 3% lang ng mga Pilipino dito ang nag-i-invest sa stock market. So what does that mean? 97% would be investors na galing ng ibang bansa. So that's actually sad to think about na parang hindi natin na ma-maximize yung sarili nating stock market. Wherein sa ibang bansa actually more than 50% of the stock market of the whole world is governed by the US stocks. So sa kanila siguro mas stable lang. No, here medyo mas nakakapag-fluctuate na tayo. Pero in terms of looking at it from a wider perspective, halos the same lang naman kasi parehas lang naman na stock market.
Mhm.